could at least go join the military. Welcome back to the Coding Fanatic YouTube channel. I'm your host Richard, and here at Coding Fanatic, I help new Android developers grow quickly. If that sounds like content that you are interested in, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and join the mailing list at codingfanatic.com. You'll be the first to know when new content like this comes out each week. Road to Pro is a series about the lessons that I've learned working in the software development industry over the last few years. I basically take different situations I've been in, what I learned from them, and I take my lessons and pass them on to you. A few years ago, I worked with a team, and we had a team lead who had a very strange way of checking up on us. What she would do is she'd come in to our office and she would try to position herself so she could see your screen and then start a random nonsense conversation with someone nearby. Imagine I'm sitting here and the entire time I've got this person pretty much looming over me, trying to pretend like they're having the most interesting BS conversation of their lives, and all the while they're staring at my screen.
I mean, it really is like it's just a very convenient way of going, but I don't know. But yeah, are you watching any other shows right now? Is there anything else that you on Netflix? Anything?
You're probably thinking, Richard, you're being paranoid. There is no way that this person really, like a manager or team lead, whoever, you really think that they would come into the office with nothing better to do than peep at your screen? How do you know? How do you know that's even what they were doing? Well, for starters, I could see the reflection off of one of the spare monitors, and they were not trying to hide it at all. In fact, I'm pretty sure whoever they would talk to, and well, they did to all of us, but the funny thing is, while they're engaging in this BS conversation, instead of pretending to engage you, they're so blatantly turned, trying to look at the other person's screen. So, I mean, what are you doing? On top of that, I mean, I found out first when one of my friends on my team, after they left, my friend was like, hey, so, you got to be careful about what you're listening to or whatever while we're at work, because, she likes to walk in and just check your screens to see what you're doing. And, I mean, I know you don't do anything wrong, but just know it's caused problems for people in the past. So just be really careful. That was my first warning. My second one was her reflection off the monitor to my right while she was peering over, trying to look at my screen. There were times when the team lead was a bit less secretive about it. I mean, there was one time where she came in and my desk was facing I was facing her, and she was standing at the edge of my cubicle, and literally the entire time we were talking was hunched over like this, trying to look over and see what I was doing on my screen. I mean, it was so extreme. I've never seen someone so determined. I really don't think she cared after a while. She just really wanted to see what you were doing. You weren't even trying to hide it. Just would do anything. I gotta see what you're doing at all costs. It wasn't the end of the world, and to be fair, she only did it 4 or 5 times a week per person. But it wasn't anything too disruptive. It was really dumb more than anything. I can't say that it distracted me from my work too much. She wouldn't stop what I was doing and say, hey, stop that, I'm gonna look at your screens. It was never anything so forward. But when you're in the middle of working on something and someone comes in and they're just doing rubbernecking and stuff, it's a little annoying. And at the time, I did feel a kind of way about it. I felt a little offended because it seemed like, even though I earned my way into this company, I showed you that I knew what to do. I passed your tests and all that stuff, and I got the job over other people. But it's like you don't trust me because you're constantly looking at my screen to see what I'm doing. I usually take a lot of pride in my work, and when other people don't see it, it's annoying. It sucks. I've been through it enough now but at the time I was still fairly new in the industry, and seeing a grown adult bring that kind of behavior into the workplace, it was very off-putting, and it made me feel like upset about the situation. But despite how I felt, I didn't do anything about it. I never talked to her. I never talked to HR or anything like that. I just kind of accepted it, and I did my job until I ended up leaving that company. I mean, there's really not much else to, like, what can you do, right? No one is saying or doing anything to you physically. They're not entering your personal space, but they're doing weird stuff. Don't take it so seriously, because, I mean, who cares, right? It doesn't have any bearing on your job or, your safety or anything like that, so who cares? But some people might take their jobs more seriously and especially if you went to school and got a degree, and you're expecting to come into a more professional, or forget about the degree. Let's say you're looking for a more professional and structured environment. You don't want somebody, especially not your boss, leaning over your shoulder, starting bullshit conversations so they can look at other people's monitors and things like that, especially when you're in the middle of working. What do you want from your experience? Some people laugh at this kind of thing. I laugh at it now. It was not funny back then. Now it's funny, right? If I were at a job and you really are paying me money to sneak into my office, you're getting paid to sneak into my office and try to see what I'm doing while I'm working, like, all right, cool. Hey man, it's no skin off my back. I'm still going to get my job done at the end of the day, and I'm still going to get paid at the end of the pay period, so I'm not tripping. But I can see how this would be really annoying to some people, and even though I laugh about it now, I'm sure I wouldn't always be in the mood for something like that. Someone trying to play, Inspector Gadget, Solid Snake, James Bond, right? Like, that's kind of lame. If you're dealing with this, you just have to gauge it. It really depends on your comfort level, and I mean, you might be able to make a lateral move to another company where nobody does this, and you can still get paid the same amount of money for a similar level of work. Your comfort means more than any amount of money, so don't feel like you're stuck and feel like even though they're spying on you all day long, like I just got to deal with it because I'm getting paid, $152,000 a year. Like, cut that in half or cut it down, deal with it or figure something out. But my point is, figure out what you want from your environment, and if they're not giving it to you, then find it somewhere else. I mean, shoot, hey, maybe you might find a boss who will actually teach you how to spy on people in the workplace, like the Seidler from Seinfeld. I'm not going to put the clip in here because of copyrighting, but if you're a 90s baby or whatever, you know about the Seidler. Oh yeah. All that being said, there will be many jobs, there will be many spies, many Seidlers, and many Mario games and ping pong tables, but there will only be one of you. So thank you all again for tuning in. I'm your host, Richard. Follow me on the social media in the links below. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications. If you didn't like the video, leave me some feedback below. And again, if you join the mailing list at codingfanatic.com, you will be the first to know when new content like this comes out each week. So, once again, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next one. Oh, and small PSA. For all the CEOs, managers, team leads, team lead, whatever, tier 1, tier 5, whatever the heck, people who are higher up in the organization, for all of you that like to spy on your employees and things like that, please go find something to do or find a new job. Your talents would be better used elsewhere. So, thank you all again for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. Shit, they could at least go join the military. They're gonna do all that spying and shit.